Don't be afraid to use the obstacles to steer for you. Right, have a look at this little beastie. This is Nephla clavipes, and this is the golden orb spider from the southern states. They're also known as a banana spider or a wood spider, and they're found right around the world in most tropical and subtropical climates. And you can see this beautiful golden web here from where the spider gets its name. The interesting thing with these spiders is they'll set up a massive web and they'll leave it there as long as they can. They'll repair patches of it, and what they actually do is if there's a patch that needs to be repaired, they'll snip it out and then they'll eat it. They'll consume the web and then they'll patch it up with new silk from the spinnerets on the back. Thanks to these guys, there are billions and billions less mosquitoes and flies. These guys keep their numbers in check and they're eating them non-stop. She comes back into her web. Into that position there in the middle, and what they do is with their legs, they have sensory hairs, and any slight movement on the web and she'll twing, 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 start plucking those web lines to see exactly where the prey is. Another interesting thing with these spiders as well is if it's a really windy day and they don't want their web to get blown away, they'll actually cut out holes in it to let the faster airflow go through the web without actually blowing the whole web away. The cicada struggles in the spider's web, but the web is simply too strong and sticky. So the golden orb spider is waiting for its prey to basically wear itself out, and then she'll come in for the kill. Now that's a good size Nephila. And she's got herself a beetle. You can see in the right-hand side of the screen there's another little species there. That's not actually a male. That's called a dewdrop spider. And they have a silvery coloured abdomen, which that's where they get their name from. So the dewdrop spider lives in symbiosis with the orb spiders, and they'll eat smaller insects from the web, but they'll also steal her food as well if they get the chance. Now just up above her you can see there's another little spider in her web. Where'd he go? There he is. That's actually the male. Look at the size difference. He is tiny. Now an interesting thing with these males is it looks like he's got large fangs, pedipalps, and they're his sperm sacs. When he copulates or mates with the females inside of her copulatory vents, he'll then defend the web from other intruding males. If I can catch this on film, this will be great. Here we go, we've got the male. The male's come in and he's drumming with his pedipalps. He's looking for those vents to insert his sperm sacs while the female is occupied with her dinner. He's a clever guy. So once she catches and overpowers her prey, she injects it with a lethal dose of venom, which then begins the digestion process. One of the characteristics of this spider also is that silver cephalothorax and the bright orange-yellow abdomen. She actually has to fend off the males and the dewdrop spiders from her dinner. And as you can see, she's got quite a meal there. And she's busy eating. Oh, she just kicked the male out. Here we can see the dewdrop spider. Whoa, he just got kicked out of there. He was coming in for a closer look and wanted some of her dinner. So a couple of interesting things with this spider's web. They actually have the ability to disperse non-stick silk. This is what the spider will use to make the frame of the web, and then he'll go around, or she'll go around in this case, and fill in the gaps in between with a sticky silk, aiding to catch the prey, obviously. Now, the non-stick web framing, they try to make permanent, and then they just fix up any other little patches, any other holes created by leaves falling through, or maybe a bird will fly through or something like that, and they'll patch that up. Another interesting thing as well, some species actually have a natural ant repellent in their silk. Now this stops the ants from climbing the trees, running down the strands and stealing their food or even attacking the spider. The webs can actually be up to 2 meters round, maybe even a little larger. There's a species of Nephilidae in Australia which is actually known to occasionally catch really small birds, and they have been observed catching small tree snakes in their web also. The silk is super strong, and I'm sure in some cultures they've used it for fishing lines. Wow, that's awesome. Sounds like the cicadas and the katydids just woke up. That's a really loud sound. I'm going to show you another interesting thing with this web as well, on the other side of the spider. Just in front of his main web, he has another safety web set up here. Now there's strands going all over the place, and what that actually does is it protects the front of his main web because he wants to keep his web there all the time. So the safety web's actually just about 1/2 foot in front of the spider. You might be able to just catch a glimpse of that there. It's actually non-stick, so it's not designed to catch things, it's designed to repel things. So let's say a bird flies down and sees that it wants to have the spider for lunch, or it wants to take something, steal something out of the spider's web. The bird will fly down and then touch this safety web, and the spider will make its escape. You can see those extra sensitive hairs there on the spider's legs. That's what she uses to detect prey in her web. The golden orb from the family Nephila is actually fossils dating back 165 million years. One of the oldest living recorded spider species. So these guys were here when the dinosaurs roamed. I reckon that's pretty cool. And just in case you were wondering what would happen if you walked into the spider's web whilst on a walk out in the forest, a lot of people freak out, but this is actually what happens. The spider will run away. Now, I actually didn't even get to touch the web then. So people that walk through spider webs, freak out and do this crazy dance, you're probably overreacting a little bit. Usually they'll go up to these emergency lines and then they'll run into the foliage. Sometimes they actually just jump off their web as well. They don't want to get hit by us guys. They're more scared of us than we are of them.